Meghan and Harry actually been dumped? And more importantly, this time from what? Morning, Neil Sean here in London. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're all keeping well. Say hello, wave, yes, morning. Or evening, wherever you're up to, whatever you're doing. I know it's different times around the world. I get told off, by the way, in the comments, they say, Neil, why do you say good morning? Well, morning is the time that I'm filming this. I've got lots of things to get through during the day, and of course, you can't always remember. If you said good morning, afternoon, early evening, we'd never get anything done, would we? No. Yes, agree with me? No, absolutely. But back as ever to your breaking entertainment story of the day. Now, this particular story does actually slightly make me smile because it already centres as ever on Harry and Meghan, and they have apparently now been dumped from this particular project. Let me explain the reasons why. Harry and Meghan, as we know, are big business. There's lots of things being done around them, lots of books. We've got a book from him coming out, as we know, later this year, apparently about the man that he's become. But it has been a very, very big money-spinning entertainment, if you like, industry based on them, because their story was good. If you think about it, it is like The Prince and the Showgirl, if you like, come to life. And then, of course, there were those spin-off movies, by Lifetime. Their love story, do you remember? And my favourite one recently, Escaping the Palace. I thought the actor and actors were actually better than the real Harry and Meghan. I don't know about you. They certainly put more passion into things anyway. Of course, there was the tawdry scene where there was a flashback with Meghan under a car. I mean, what was that about? But it's interesting to note now, because although those films don't really make a lot of money, they are made for TV very cheaply, and of course there is a place for them. People like them. They're escapism. If you like, they're the modern day soap operas of the 1980s when we had Dallas and Dynasty. Lots of light, lots of glamour, and lots of actresses that you think, yeah, weren't you in Knots Landing or something like that? Can't always remember. But now those particular companies have decided to dump that franchise. And let me explain the reasons why. The original films were, obviously they had a good narrative, a good story, as I say, their love story, the escape from the palace, their new life, that sort of stuff. But there were plans to make more. But sadly, even they now think they've run out of steam. This is because since moving over to California, Harry and Meghan have really done nothing. Well, other than, of course, get legal with tabloid newspapers, threatening the BBC and sitting down with Oprah Winfrey. It doesn't exactly make for compelling viewing. A very good source who works for that particular organisation out in LA tells me we did kind of look at it to see if we could push the idea a little bit more forward and see where we could take their story, even if it wasn't necessarily based on any fact. Really? Why let that bother you? But of course, what they've decided or looked at is, well, there isn't really much of a story. There's Harry and Meghan giving speeches, there's Harry and Meghan in New York, that sort of stuff. It doesn't make for a compelling TV movie. So sadly for Harry and Meghan at least, even in their alter egos of fiction on a soap opera scale, it looks like, for now, they've been dumped. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.